Hey guys, Eric Kyle here, publisher of Great Lakes Scuttlebutt magazine, and I'm excited to be down in Charleston, South Carolina. This is absolutely one of the most beautiful places to boat on the entire planet. While I'm here, I'm chatting with our friends over at BRP Marine. I'm here with Tracy Crocker. Tracy, how are you?
Eric, great to see you.
It's a pleasure to meet you, my man. You are now the president of BRP Marine Group?
BRP Marine, that is correct.
Outstanding, and you have got some exciting things going on over at BRP. And we heard about it this morning, the boat lines, the engines. Tell us just a little bit about what's happening over at BRP now.
It has been an action-packed year. Starting about a year ago, BRP, of course, Bombardier Recreational Products, created the Marine division. And I'm fortunate enough to lead that. And we acquired our first boat company, Alumacraft, a great brand out of St. Peter, Minnesota.
Oh, yeah.
We followed that up with buying one of the premier pontoon companies in North America, Manitou out of Lansing, Michigan.
Yep.
And you take those two great brands with 110 years of Evinrude, and we're putting that together in a go-to-market strategy, and we think we have a chance to really change the industry. We're very excited about it.
Well, it's super exciting and also a challenging time now as well. The products that you were talking to us about this morning are taking things to a whole nother level. There are a lot of different outboards out there, but Evinrude has got some advantages that are just amazing. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing with the technology and how you're advancing the Evinrude brand.
Well, it starts with our direct injected technology, different than what you might see in a car and electronic, because we're able to get performance measured in, call it power to torque curves,
Sure.
in emissions, in reduced gas consumption, total cost of ownership, that are significant by orders of magnitude, versus what any other engine can do. And so we are excited about our engines, our new G2 engines. We've got a new platform that we're ready to launch.
Okay.
And what that's going to do for a boat owner and boat performance, we think is going to be really second to none.
Yeah, so when you were talking about those things this morning, some of the key things that I really picked up on is performance, fuel savings, lower emissions, and you're really just leading the pack on all of those. The volume of market share that you guys have up in the Great Lakes, or really indeed throughout the world in Evinrude, is not where you want it to be right now. What can you do at Evinrude to recognize maybe what you've done in the past to build on that, or what's the new strategy to be able to make sure everybody knows these are the best engines that are out there?
Yeah. And the best thing you can do to tell that story is get people on the boat with one of our engines and have them feel and experience what that is like. And
Sure.
so that is part of the strategy, to acquire a company like Alumacraft, to acquire a company like Manitou, and most recently, we just acquired a company in Australia, Telewater, the number one in all of their categories.
Yeah.
So we didn't buy those companies just to hang Evinrudes on transoms.
Right.
We did it so that we could really integrate the boat and the engine into this great experience for boaters.
Yeah.
And it really, I think, is going to make our technology just come alive and make it easy for people not just to hear numbers on a chart, but experience it firsthand. We're excited about that.
And talking about experiencing it firsthand, I got my hair blown back here a little bit this morning. I went out on a 36 yellowfin with Trip 300s, I think it was.
That's correct, yeah.
I had to pull the teeth out of the back of my throat because we were going like 55 miles an hour out there in 3-footers.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
Yes.
So I really enjoyed that. And what stunned me was when we were going about 40, 45, there was plenty of room left. And when he gunned it to get it up to top speed, it was so much torque that it threw us all back.
And that is the power of that direct injected technology, that every stroke is a power stroke.
Yeah.
And you can feel that. And what that is in terms of both the performance, which you would expect a company like BRP and its heritage, we love vehicles that perform. But it's also a sense, especially on water, of confidence and even safety.
Sure. So let me just jump in there real quick because I think your new motto should be "See, I told you so."
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you had so many people in the four-stroke or in the outboard engine family start go four-stroke, 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 and Evinrude stayed with their two-stroke direct injected. And while the huge audience of people bought the four-strokes, people were still skeptical about the direct injection. But now the story is quite different. You've got all of these extra advantages over what you're doing compared to some of the four strokes, and now you're leading in all those categories. So it's kind of like it's come full circle.
And the automotive industry has also gotten into the game, so they're starting to validate.
Yeah.
You know, sort of when you take digital technology and put it into a direct injected, the things that you can do that nobody else can do. And in our case, doing it with a two-stroke, we think gives us that, you know, ultimate competitive advantage.
It was also fun. I got on a 27-foot Manitou pontoon boat, Tri-Toon. It's called the Explode.
Yeah.
And I know BRP owns Manitou now, but great acquisition, by the way. I haven't been on a pontoon boat since I was 10.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you something. Wow, I was impressed, Tracy. This was an absolutely amazing ride. And the two twin 300 horsepower Evinrudes on that thing. Where did they come up with these ideas?
Yeah, Manitou just has a great heritage of really creating the definition of a performance pontoon. So when we were growing up, there was no such thing as a performance pontoon. It was your grandpa's pontoon, and you couldn't wait to get off of it. And now they've got it's the V-Tune technology that you can be, you know, hammer down at 50 miles an hour and take a turn anywhere you want to and be totally in control.
60.
Yeah, and
unbelievable. And when we did slow down a little bit to take a turn, but the cornering on these, I was out there doing figure eights, and I was less than 10 yards from my wake.
Yeah.
It was absolutely amazing. Now, this is definitely not your grandfather's pontoon. The things that you can do on these pontoon boats nowadays are just absolutely amazing. But what makes the Evinrude make that pontoon experience that much more amazing? What is it in your opinion?
Well, I think it's when you put it's 1 + 1 = 3. So you're taking, you know, a pontoon that's built for performance, and you're taking engine technology that amplifies that performance and puts it in such effortless control. That's one of the things that again comes with the integration of an engine and a boat, which really kind of gets back to the core of our strategy.
Right.
You know, our engines by themselves are good. Our engines integrated into boats, either boats of companies that we've acquired or boat partners, you get this great synergy that really changes the game.
Well, and the other boat that I was on, it was, I think, a 20-foot Key West, and it was just a small dual console. We ran up the river on it, and we were going through maybe 2.5 foot wakes. It just rode right on top. Whenever you needed some power, it was there on demand, and you felt safe and comfortable in that boat, even in those choppier seas out here.
Yeah, well, you had fun today. I
wish
I would have been in your boats, because you were definitely in the right boats, and it's funny you should say that, because that's one of the things when you get out on water, you can't control those conditions, but you can control the boat, and you want to have that intuitive feel that I know that this boat knows me, and we know together how to handle different conditions out on water.
So it really is, as you said, Tracy, the experience. You just have to get out on a boat that's got some Evinrude engines on it. If you're out there and experiencing it not only if it's an Alumacraft or a Manitou, or Alumacraft or Manitou, it could be any boat line that has Evinrude on it. You just have to experience it, and you don't necessarily need to compare it to others. Just see what the experience is like on that. You can go to a boat show that has demos, or go to your local Evinrude dealer, no matter where they're at, and go for a ride. Just see what's happening with these boats.
Yeah, we have a term we say challenge ordinary, and we think that, you know, nothing against any of the engines and the boats that are out there. They're all good, but if you want great, you know, challenge ordinary. And again, this cutting edge technology that we have been able to fine-tune into the Evinrude E-Tech, we really think is more than just game-changing. We think it has the potential someday to be disruptive, and we're just
Yeah.
excited about how we're gonna evolve this over the next several years.
Well, we're happy to be on this journey with you, Tracy. I can't thank you enough for your time. It's been a wonderful experience. Thanks so much for having us
Eric,
down here to Charleston.
thank you very much.
Fantastic. Guys, please go by any one of your local Evinrude dealers. Find out where your local Evinrude dealer is. Get on a boat. Go experience these motors for yourself. You will not regret it. I've had a wonderful time over the last 24 hours visiting our friends down here in Charleston. And thanks so much to the Evinrude family. BRP, we'll see you guys out on water. Take care now.